13th Colony. This is their 113 proof straight bourbon whiskey, finished with maple wood spirals.
Mm-hmm. Again, we were lucky enough to get them, and we're just doing our service for the public. That's a skill set right there. See how you did that? I've never seen that, Brandon. How is that possible?
I turned it. I didn't even.
Brandon's a magician. He's like Copperfield.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Brandon, Steve. Today we're taking a look at one of our favorite distilleries from here in Georgia.
Local.
Yep, 13th Colony. This is their 113 proof straight bourbon whiskey, finished with maple wood spirals.
Mm-hmm. Toasted spirals.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how many. It was. It's kind of like I think it was a feel thing, more of an art thing than a science, according to some people. Mm-hmm. 1 to 3 is what I heard, and then it was blended. And yeah, we were lucky enough to get them. Obviously, they're local in Georgia, so it was a little bit easier for us. We did have to murder someone to be able to. I mean, they got one, and then we took care of it in the parking lot. If you know what I'm saying? They're not easy to get. I mean, they're even this, which is not a double oak, which we all know about. These are even becoming like impossible to get. So any of their specialty releases, because the word's gotten out, is going to be tough to get. So again, we were lucky enough to get them, and we're just doing our service for the public. That's a skill set right there. See how you did that? I've never seen that, Brandon. How is that possible?
I turned it. I didn't even.
Brandon's a magician. He's like Copperfield. Yeah, so is this going to suck, Brandon? Probably not.
I'm guessing no.
No, because again, I don't think we've had anything that sucks from them.
No.
But let's hope this one does.
Because that's the thing.
Because I don't like perfection. Perfection is just overrated. No one's perfect. Okay, let this suck for once. Why not? It's not going to suck. I can tell you right now, it's not going to suck. I'm going to have to wait for the next one to suck.
You know, it's.
Man, I mean, come on. How can they just every time?
Their stuff is just distinctively theirs.
It's
you know what I mean? Like
it's distinctively Georgia, Brandon.
Yeah.
Bittersweet chocolate is what it says on here. All right, let's get in there, dude. I am getting somewhat of a maple, maybe syrupy kind of nose.
Yeah. I mean, nothing overpowering.
No.
Like I said, it reminds me of 13th Colony.
Could it be because it is 13th Colony?
Probably. That's probably it.
Yeah. It might have something to do with it. Sometimes you gotta race.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Let's get in there, Brandon.
Skull.
As the Canadians say. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not
No.
pretty much the Scandinavians.
There's the maple. It's definitely a different taste from them.
Mm-hmm. Is it me or does it drink a little hotter than 113?
It definitely does.
Or it's just I'm getting weak in my old age.
Well, but you know, I think it hits you up front, but it doesn't. That heat doesn't like overpower me.
No.
Towards the end, you know what I mean? So I think up front it hits you and it feels like it's a little warmer than that, but I don't feel like that afterwards. You know what I mean?
No, the quick finish is if I'm right. It does have a quick finish. Like it's not as long as the finishes I'm used to from the 13th Colony.
Exactly.
But I think that's got something to do with the fact that they had to water it down to get it to 113.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that long, oily, creamy finish from them. This is not that. This is more of a just a good sipper. I mean, it's just a casual sipper. What I've heard from some friends regarding the double oak or their cask strength stuff is just it's too hot for them. They're like, man, this is good, but I can't sit there and sip more than a couple sips it's killing me.
Yeah.
So I could see this is more of a different clientele, people that like the profile of 13th Colony, but
well, because even their cask strength stuff is really high.
Strength high.
It's what, 127.
Yeah, well,
something
it
like that.
gets up there. Yeah, it gets up there, and obviously the
130.
cask strength rye is like 130 something.
Yeah, yeah.
Double oaks are 135 and higher. So yeah, this is more of a.
And it does have that. I'm guessing that's what that is. That maple
Finish.
Maple finish, the spirals that were in it. It has that taste, that little bit of different taste than I'm used to from them.
Yes.
It's not off-putting. It's that I think that's probably actually that might be helping with that heat too. You know.
Yeah, it's just a different profile from them. They're I guess they're expanding their profile. But yeah, I mean it's definitely a little different than their usual stuff, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
I would say, to me, out of their recent releases, it's probably my least favorite of their. You know, when you talk about the double oaked and the cask strength bourbon and rye.
But again, what'd you pay? I mean, it was 80.
Yeah, $80.
So that's reasonable. You know, we're not talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not. I think that might be about what MSRP though is about 60.
I think it's
65, 70. So you know, like I said, we found it for what, 80?
Yeah, definitely would not pay over 100 for that.
No.
It's not worth that. But for whatever reason, it's still allocated. So good luck trying to find one of these. If you want to add it to your collection, you should, if you can find it, for sure. For I'd say if you can get it for $80 to $90, 100% get it.
Yeah.
Because again, it's super allocated and it's good. It's not it's not bad.
And you know, and as you were saying, you know, it's not going to be that high heat like the rest of those are, but you are getting a little bit more than their regular Southern bourbon. It's not bad in any way.
No.
Like I said, I haven't had anything bad from them because even their Southern rye and their Southern bourbon are both good.
Yeah.
You know, and those are what, $40, $50?
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
I think I haven't checked on them lately, but I know they used to be about $40.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Not terrible.
So this is a step up from that, and I think it's definitely if you don't have anything from them in your collection, you know, and you can't find the double oak, you know,
Cask strength
which
rye
most
and all that,
likely you might not be able to.
Yeah.
You know, but you come across this, pick it up
100%.
because it's definitely something that I would enjoy. I wouldn't feel guilty about drinking it more regularly. Like I said, sometimes when we have those, you know, the double oak, the only good thing is sometimes when you, depending on who you're drinking it with, like you were saying, some people are like, yeah, I don't want much more of that because it's too hot, you know?
Yeah.
But for us, that's one of those, it's like, hey, sip on it.
And when they say they don't want it anymore, we say thank you because we don't want you to drink it anyway because it's impossible to find. So thank you for not drinking it. But break this one out with your friends, share it because it's an easy sipper, and they're getting a pretty decent 13th Colony product. So that's all I got, man. For anyone out there who's tried it, please let us know what you think about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can get your hands on it and let us know.
I don't know how allocated it's going to end up being. You know what I mean? Is it going to be one of these things that's, you know?
I don't think it'll be as bad as the double oak stuff, but it'll still be hard to get.
Yeah. And that's kind of how the cask strength was, because I still come across those every now and then.
Yeah, you'll see them pop up here and there.
So that might be how this one is, or it might be a little bit more available than those even. You know? But yeah, if you get a chance, check it out. Especially if you, like I said, if you can get it for around 80 to 90, I think it's definitely a buy.
It's a buy.
So, but yeah, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, all that kind of stuff.
Do it all. Just do it.
And we will see you next time.
Cheers.